Are you feeling so stuck in your job, in your career? When you look at it, there appears to be no way out. Maybe this is now affecting your relationships, your health and well-being, and your time and money freedom. If this is you, this video is definitely for you, and I want you to watch it till the end, because I'm going to be explaining to you the one reason why people remain stuck in things that no longer serve them. Welcome to my channel. Here we give you hints and tips to help you transform your life and live in abundance, live lives that you absolutely love. Keep watching. The one reason why people remain stuck for months, for years, for decades, one reason is because of indecision. Indecision. Not deciding what it is that you are going to do. Not deciding what it is that you would love. Not deciding which direction you are going to take. Therefore, you keep stuck in the same place year after year. Indecision. Over 2 years ago, I was made redundant. And out of desperation, I looked for what I thought was a temporary job in order to support my family. But no matter how much I tried, I just hated the job. Did you know that 85% of people are stuck in jobs they absolutely hate? 85%. I was one of them. No matter how much I tried, every time I went to work, I was treated different. I was frustrated. The people I was trying to help, they seemed not to appreciate my help. The people I was working for didn't appreciate my help. I was just another number. I was just another clog in the machine. Every time even I asked for a raise or for appreciation, I was just put to the side. I was just ignored. Little did I know, as time went on, I was building up anger. I was building up frustration. And I ended up taking up my frustrations on my family, on my wife, on my children. At one point, no one wanted to be around me because I was just that angry. I was just that tense all the time. Every time I went to work. Every time I just arrived, my heart would sink, absolutely sink. It's like, leaving your soul at the door of work. When you are there, headaches, tension, but you just try your best to make it work because you need to look after your family. That was me. We have a tendency of putting up with a lot of crap, with a lot of abuse, with a lot of unnecessary demands upon ourselves, being asked to work extra at the expense of our relationships, of our health. We put up a lot with a lot. We put up with a lot of things that we wouldn't necessarily put up with. Have you ever experienced any of these things? Felt stuck where you are no longer appreciated, where even the employers don't really care about you. They don't really care whether they work you to sickness, where they work you to your until you are stressed or until you are burnt out. They don't care, because most likely they will find someone else to replace you. It took me a lot of soul searching. I invested a lot of money in coaching, in studying, reading books like, Think and Grow Rich, studying like the science of getting rich, studying things like the power of awareness. It took over 2 years of me studying, of being coached by the best in the field, the likes of Tony Robbins, the late Bob Proctor. He was my first mentor, actually, Bob Proctor. Mary Morrissey, I was introduced to her through Bob Proctor. And I learned out of these coachings and teachings and trainings and one-to-one mentorship that there is the main reason why people remain stuck. And that reason is indecision. We don't decide when enough is enough. We don't decide who we are going to be, who we want to be. We don't decide the goals, the target, the dream. We don't decide. We sit in the fence, or we don't make a decision at all and hope things will magically change without us taking any action. Did you know that no action is a decision? If you decide to take no action, that in itself is a decision as well. Because a year from now, those are the results that you are going to reap. Results of no choice, no decision. And those that sit on the fence, oh, maybe I want this, but if I leave the work, if I leave the job, I might suffer, or my finances may suffer. Therefore, you sit on the fence, you don't decide, even though you know your health is suffering, even though you know your relationships are suffering, even though you know your time and money freedom is suffering, but you decide to sit on the fence and do nothing. You also reap sitting on the fence, indecision. Decision is the one thing, the main thing that makes people remain stuck. What decisions have you been sitting on today? Up to today, what decisions have you been sitting on about that job that you no longer enjoy, about that next step, about that change, about doing something about your health, about your relationships, about your time and money freedom? What decisions have you made up to now? If you have made no decision, it is time to change. If you don't make a decision, this time next year, you'll still be in the same position, or even worse, because things are changing. As we have realized over the last few years, things are changing. And most of the times, they are not changing for the best, they are changing even for the worst. It is time to make that decision. It is time to make that decision. It doesn't matter what decision you make, but it matters that you make a decision. Because if you don't make the decision to change, to move from where you are, nothing is going to change. You are going to be more frustrated, your health is going to be worse off, your relationships are going to be worse off if you decide to do nothing. Even your finances, your time freedom, you end up with less time with your family, less time to do the things that you love to do, to pursue your passions, to travel the world, to do all the things that you need to, that you love doing, because you didn't make the decision. I challenge you, make that decision and make it today, and make it stick, because that's the first step to ensuring you transform your life and you get yourself unstuck and move forward from that job, from that career that is no longer serving you. I hope you have learned something from the video today, and I encourage you to go and read these books that I mentioned. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace, The Power of Awareness and by Neville. I'm going to leave the links in the description. Please click on the links and make sure you read these books. They will open you up to a new world of how powerful we are how we can make this year the year that everything changes. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please click on the link below and subscribe to the channel, so whenever I release these videos, you are notified and we learn together so that we can transform our lives together. If you have enjoyed this video, don't also forget to click on the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.